I think we've heard enough from me. I'd like to hear from you now. You must have questions. I know I do. How can I help you tonight?
Mr. Lovecraft.
Yes, hello.
What's an appropriate gift for the Tooth Fairy? What do you think I in exchange for a child's tooth?
Well, if you can find another tooth of equal and appropriate value, of course. Perhaps one belonging to some other form of primate. Well, that's the best gift, of course. Although children these days will demand money. What can you do? Commercialism at work yet again. You know, I've never been a believing man myself, and having been on the other side of the veil, I can say it's mostly just very sticky. So avoid it if you can.
I'll give you a scenario. You're a guest at a dinner party.
This does not happen very often for me, I must admit.
Myself, it's purely abstract. You're a guest at a dinner party. You're served a bowl of rice. You hate rice. What are you to do, and how are you to handle the situation in front of your house?
Well, if we're being absolutely polite, of course you will eat what's placed in front of you. Although, I suppose if you've allowed a dog into your life, this is where they have some minor uses. Really though, the best thing to do in any sort of awkward social situation is to flip the table and go cry in a corner until everyone goes away and leaves you alone.
That's what I would have done too. Thank you. Just needed confirmation.
Anyone else? Yes, hello.
Where would you recommend tourists to go? Where would you go to travel?
If I could travel, I would go to England. I never did. It was one of my great regrets during my original life. I would love to travel and see the sights, see the history, things I only knew about in books. Really, I would go anywhere. I only traveled throughout North America. There's so much of the world I'd love to see. The Antipodes, Antarctica, really anywhere but Belgium.
How do you feel about music these days?
Music these days is very frightening to me. Although, I was introduced to this delightful little band called Wu-Tang, and they are very cheerful, I must say. All the time. Right now, I am barely keeping it together. The moment your back will turn, I am going to be weeping, which is my normal state, obviously. But no, this was a great struggle for me as a writer, was putting it forward to people. I was never very confident in my own work. I was always tinkering. So, once again, as they say, perfection can be the enemy of the done. Although, it is helpful to have friends that you can show this work to. I would send all copies off via letters. Letters were how I communicated with those people, because face to face, well, it's very frightening. So if you have work to do, get it done. Don't fuss over it or fidget. Nothing else, you can always just use it as catalyst, I suppose. Well, if there are no more questions, oh, there is, hello. Oh, that is very true. Swing is the most important thing in keeping it a thing. Unless you've got that ring-a-ding version. But I keep away from that at all costs. Well, then, thank you. It's been an absolute delight to spend this evening with you. If you are interested in seeing more of my questions and answers, go to asklovecraft.com. And if you're interested in more of Monkey Man Productions, Toronto's geekiest theatre company, you can go to monkeymanproductions.com. I have no idea what those last few words were. Now, not to be gauche and pedestrian, but the reanimation process is an expensive one, and we do have a bit of an alms plate if you can help us out. Regardless, thank you for coming. Do tell your friends and family and creditors if you enjoyed this evening. Thank you.